There is a particular cruelty in being valued only for what you can produce, and a deeper cruelty still when the person who set that expectation was someone who should have protected you. Somewhere in every life, there is a room you cannot leave and a task you cannot complete. The door is locked, the deadline is real, and the thing being asked of you is, by any honest measure, impossible. What would you trade to survive that night? What would you promise if the promise meant you could see the morning? This is a story about that room, about a young woman locked inside it, and about the cost of every bargain she was forced to make to get out. It begins, as the worst things often do, with someone else's lie. A miller stands before the king. He is nobody, a man of flour and debts and a desperate hunger to seem like more than he is. And so, in a moment of reckless vanity, he says the worst possible thing. He tells the king his daughter can spin straw into gold. He does not pause to consider what this will mean for her. He does not picture his daughter's face when she hears the claim. He simply borrows against the imagined credit of his child, the way desperate people have always borrowed against things that are not theirs to spend. The king hears only the word gold. He is not a man of wonder. He is a man of ledgers, and he gives the order immediately. Bring me the girl. She is taken to the castle without explanation, led deep into the stone corridors, placed in a room filled floor to ceiling with straw, and given a spinning wheel. The king's instruction is absolute. Spin it into gold by morning, or face the consequences. The door locks behind her, and the sound of that bolt sliding home is the sound of her father's lie becoming her problem. The thick wooden door, the cold draught, the mountain of brittle, useless straw. She is entirely alone, trapped by a lie she did not tell, facing a punishment she has done nothing to deserve. The straw smells of dust and dry fields. The spinning wheel sits silent. She knows, with the certainty of someone who has worked with thread her whole life, that straw cannot become gold. She sits beside the wheel, and she does the only honest thing left to her. She weeps. That is when the door opens. Not a guard. A small, strange figure. He moves like someone who has been alive for a very long time. He is not a comic creature. He is precise, watchful, and older than the castle itself. He looks at her grief the way a merchant looks at a price tag. "What will you give me," he asks, "if I spin it for you?" She offers her necklace, the only thing of value she owns. He takes it without ceremony, sits beside the wheel and begins. The whir of the spindle fills the room. 3 turns and the reel is full of gold. He works through the night, steady and methodical, until every piece of straw is gone and the room shines with a heavy, impossible luster. By dawn, he has vanished. The king sees the gold. He does not thank her. He does not marvel. His appetite simply grows. He places her in a bigger room. More straw. Same ultimatum. The lock turns again. The man appears. She trades the ring from her finger. He spins. He leaves. The gold remains. Notice the pattern. Each time she gives up something she actually possesses, a necklace, a ring, in exchange for something she never asked for. The gold is not hers. It goes straight to the king. She is simply the mechanism, the conduit through which value travels upward. And then the third night, the largest room of all. Straw piled so high it touches the vaulted ceiling. This time, the king adds a new condition. If she succeeds, he will marry her. Not as a reward, as an acquisition. A woman who can produce limitless gold is the most valuable thing in the kingdom. To the young woman, it is simply another form of capture. The man appears for the 3rd time, and she has nothing left to offer him. No necklace, no ring, nothing but the dress she is wearing and the fear on her face. He looks at her, and he names his price. Her firstborn child. There is a long silence in that room, the kind of silence where a life divides into before and after. What is a promise about a child who does not yet exist, to a woman who may not survive until morning? The future is abstract. The locked door is real. She agrees. The man spins. The king returns. The wedding is arranged. And the promise slips beneath the surface of her new life like a stone dropped into deep water. A year passes. She is queen now. She has warmth, safety, and a child in her arms. The straw-filled rooms must feel distant, almost dreamlike. We do this, don't we? We survive something terrible, and then we let the days pile up between us and the memory until we can almost believe it happened to someone else. But the past does not move on. The strange man appears in her chamber. He is not forgotten. He is not softened. He is not interested in forgiveness or renegotiation. He has come to collect what he is owed. She offers him everything else in the kingdom: gold, land, jewels. He refuses all of it. He can spin gold from straw. He has no use for treasure. What he wants is something wealth cannot replace. A living thing, he tells her, is worth more than all the riches in the world. He wants the child, the thing she made, the one part of her future that is truly hers. Her anguish reaches him, but barely. He allows one concession. He gives her 3 days. If she can discover his name, she may keep the child. It is a narrow, almost cruel mercy, the kind of chance that feels designed to fail, but it is the only opening she has. In the old world, a name was not a label. A name was the essence of a thing. To know someone's true name was to hold power over them, to strip away their anonymity and make them something that could be confronted and contained. The queen understands this instinctively, even if she could not put it into words. She sends messengers to every corner of the kingdom. She gathers every name she has ever heard, and hundreds more she has not. The first night, she tries them. The man listens to each one and shakes his head. That is not my name. The second night, more names. Stranger, rarer, more obscure. Names from distant provinces, from old church records, from half-remembered songs. The same answer each time. That is not my name. She's running out of time. The weight of it is familiar. The same trapped, airless pressure from the rooms with the straw. Only now, the thing she stands to lose is not her own life. It is her child's. On the third day, a messenger returns from deep in the forest with a strange account. Far from any road, in a clearing no one visits, he saw a small house. A fire burned outside it, and around the fire a peculiar little man danced and sang a song of triumph. A song that contained, in its final line, a name he believed no living soul would ever guess. When the man enters her chamber for the final time, he is confident, almost playful. He has spent centuries hiding behind that name. He believes it is untouchable. He asks her for her answer. The queen does not rush. She lets the silence hold for a moment. Then she begins. "Is your name Conrad?" "No." "Is your name Heinrich?" "No." She pauses, and when she speaks again, her voice is steady. "Then perhaps your name is Rumpelstiltskin." The effect is absolute. His composure shatters. The secrecy that sustained him, the anonymity that gave him power, gone in a single breath. He stamps his foot so hard it drives into the stone floor. He cannot recover from being known. He vanishes, not with grace, but with the violence of something that has lost the only thing it ever had. The room falls quiet. The queen holds her child. The strange man is gone. The castle is still. She has survived. Again. But survival, in this story, is not the same as freedom. The queen is still married to a king who locked her in a room and told her to perform the impossible or die. The miller who started it all faces no consequences. The system that created the bargain remains entirely intact. She escaped the trap. She did not escape the architecture. The spinning of straw into gold was never really about magic. It was about impossible expectations, the demand that someone produce extraordinary value from nothing, over and over, while someone else takes the profit. The miller offered his daughter's labor, the king consumed it, and the strange man extracted his fee from whatever was left. 3 different kinds of power, all feeding on the same person. We understand this architecture. We live inside versions of it now. The pressure to produce, the feeling that our worth is conditional, the quiet private bargains we make when we feel we have no other option, the compromises we agree to at midnight, because midnight is not the time for negotiation. It is the time for survival. These are not medieval problems. They are modern ones wearing older clothes, and perhaps that is why this story endures. not because of the strange man or the spinning wheel or the gold, but because of what it says about naming. Whatever forces arrive in the dark to claim a piece of our lives, debts, fears, pressures we cannot quite articulate, they hold power only as long as they remain nameless. They thrive in silence. They grow in the space between what we feel and what we are willing to say aloud. The moment we see them clearly, the moment we speak their true names, the hold begins to break. The spinning wheel stands still, the straw remains straw, and the door, at last, is no longer locked.